running all this stuff, like it is, I'd say we're all honestly like wildly responsible. So it's like not even that, because it's like we're doing this thing that, and he kind of keeps saying like the make a living off of it. We're not really, like you kind of like get by, and it's really like if we didn't, anyone who's doing this kind of thing in this like day and age, there's really like there's not a lot of money to be made, for like unless you're like Justin Bieber or something. You don't do this unless you're like, this is actually the only thing I give a shit about. And it's like, I think that's very much the case for all of us, So, and it doesn't matter, like we'll be on this tour and we'll all like walk away with like, I don't know, like not some money, but like not like we're not gonna be like living the rest of the year off of it.
We'll be able to pay next month's rent.
Exactly. And it's like all right. But I mean, we're talking like, oh my god, well we can do that,
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
it's like I went on tour and I didn't lose hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, is probably better than most bands.
Yeah,
that's the sad thing, isn't it? Crazy.
I book tours for lots of bands, and I absolutely know that we're friends with like all our friends do this. Like those are the people we connect the most with, and so like we've all been like shit bands that, or not shit bands, but we all like the music we made before, but like bands that just like stuff didn't come together, and that's very much like I guess why we're like comfortable with where things are and like how maybe things aren't progressing. Like we're not like playing like 500 cap venues right now, but like okay, like maybe like one day we'll get to that point. We'll see. It's nice to be like, okay, we're like playing and like people care about this band, and that's what kind of keeps us driving to do it.
Each tour has been getting better, so like there's like bigger turnouts.
Yeah.
Because it made me think that if you're booking all these bands that are in essence pulling the money out of their pocket just to stay on the road, I just wonder, is it the dream of success and money that keeps you alive? That keeps you wanting to pull money out of your wallet that you made on your day job to go do that, or is it that you don't have a clue, and music makes you that hour on stage or however long you're on stage moves you so much on the inside that you're addicted to it in a way?
I'd say a relative mix of both delusions, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's
definitely at first it's like, okay, I want to do that. I've seen like just bands will also fall apart or like lose.
I think it's kind of, there's also it's one for the other, like the idea that like, okay, so we keep going on tour, like this is a lot of fun, like this is like incredible to play shows and have people show up. It's like, how can I sustain myself? Like, how can I do this all the time? So then it's like, all right, so now we need to make these moves to like try to like make a living off of it.
But at the same time, I think that it's like I see a lot of the downfall of a lot of bands, they stop actually focusing on the art they're making, and that's really the most important thing. And that's, if we get to a point where we're like if we have to stop touring for a while to like write the record that we want to write, then we're going to do that, like that, because really at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And I don't want to be a band just like, oh, we have to have an LP out next month because our record label said we have to. We'll fucking take our goddamn as this record shows, we will take our goddamn time to finish on something until we're happy with it,
Well, what I think is it stupid for me to think this is important, but I think it's important that people know that you actually have day jobs to live on this earth, if that's the right phrase. And do you have a day job, Derrick?
I run a business.
Okay. Run this? Okay. Well, anyway.
No, I run
something besides music.
Yes.
And I just think that too many times musicians and artists want to go, this is what I'm doing because art is driving me, and it's like, but I think it's important for people to realize that, because if somebody heard the interview go, yeah, I want to be just like them, they're great and awesome, because they're on the road all the time, and they, but you have to make money to exist on this planet to keep the van on the road, in addition to the money that you can make that you are making on the road right now. I don't know if that's something you guys want to, if artists like you want to say, I don't want to really talk about that, but it's reality, right? And that's what I think is important.
We all do other things to pay the bills. Our bass player Josh works in a grocery store. My wife and I worked at a calzone place up until January. Steve our drummer is a drum instructor. Greg was an engineer. He's a booking agent.
I work at a record label too, and it's kind of just like, I guess all of us are lucky because we're like most of us are like involved in like other music related things. So it's like we're all very focused on it. And like our other guitar player Chris like records bands. So like I'd say we're all so wildly busy all the time because basically we've chosen to make the things that we love the things that we focus on entirely, and that's hard to like meet ends with that. But like, you know, like it's satisfying to be like, this is the thing. I don't care sometimes when I work like, you know, every waking hour. It's like I actually enjoy the things I'm working on. It's kind of crazy, so it's satisfying.
I love what I do, and I feel like I do it almost every minute of the day, and if I'm not doing it, I'm thinking about it, right?
Yeah.